Stop! Not another step.
General Magnus asked me to speak to the mages.
Oh, yeah? And I'm supposed to believe that?
Do I have to get the General down here?
Nah. Forget it, I believe you. For all I care, just go in if you want.
Are you this friendly to everyone?
You aren't responsible for the mage's safety. If anything goes wrong or goes missing, I'm the one who gets it in the neck. They don't pay me nearly enough for this shit.
I'm sure you'll do fine.
Not like I've got a choice. I thought being a guardian would make me rich and famous. I'd go out and do some heroic deeds, and everyone in the tavern would love me for it. Instead, I just hang about here. And every once in a while, some cretin comes by and wants to compete with me.
How about some arm wrestling?
I knew it. Haven't you got anything better to do?
You scared?
No way. I'll break your arm. But we'll only wrestle once, for gold. And the winner takes all. Just so you know, I'm only ever at the tavern until noon. If you want to wrestle later than that, you can forget it. I'm on duty then.
Alright, fair enough. We'll see you another time then. Now we are within. Let's find some mages to talk to. You look important because you're in the middle.
Yes.
Well, well. Look what we have here. What brings you to me? Knowledge of magic? No, someone like you will never understand that.
What do you want with the mages?
I take care of many things that the average soul could never comprehend. It is down to me, and me alone, to make sure our crystal gloves exceed all expectations. Thanks to the gloves, each guardian is able to focus the magic that we mages wield intuitively.
Have you got any work for me?
I assume you're not offering to restructure our filing system, are you?
No.
Good. Gnomes could do it better than you anyway. But there's one thing you could do for me. The intensive study of magic often makes me hungry. And my palate demands delicacies from across the southern seas. If you find any specialities on your journeys, I'd be prepared to buy them from you.
And as for your delicacies, would you like something special on your plate?
What kind of question is that? A gourmet like me always eats the most exquisite food. An exquisite
That's what's important in this day and
a
age.
delicious ham, or some dainty mussels. That is how I prefer to dine. Top it off with an aromatic wine.
Any idea where I might find your specialities?
I heard that the demon hunters on Calidor serve a delicious ham. I also know of a pirate who's a master of brewing. I believe his name is Bruce. As for the mussels, you'd best look on Antigua. And the cheese. Well, Zacharias, head of our order, had a unique one delivered recently.
I'll see what I can find.
Excellent. But don't even think of serving me something common. I don't want to be sick.
Let's see what I've got.
Come back as soon as...
Alright. No shit, you don't want to be kept waiting. Otherwise you're gonna starve to death.
Your stock of crystals must magically attract thieves.
Thieves? Imbecile. What sort of fool would try to steal from a mage? And just in case anyone gives it a try, I've posted a guard outside my chambers. I need not worry about my valuables.
If no one's going to steal from you, why not get rid of the guard outside your room?
Get rid of him? Me? It's a question of status. I've earned this luxury. I'm not some simple turnip farmer. Enough talk. My time is valuable, and because you have hogged so much of it for yourself, you are now going to get me a book from my chambers. Tell the guard you're acting on my orders. Bring me the book, Metaphysical Transcendence. Better make it sometime today.
Fair enough. That's a convenient way to get in there. It didn't take much persuasion at all, did it? Which one's your chambers? One with the guard, obviously, but doesn't appear to be any of these.
Stop! Master Lumbrock's private quarters are not the place for you.
Is that so?
Yes, and my orders were extremely clear. Nobody is allowed to enter, and I'm sticking to that.
Let me through.
Without good reason, no.
Master Lombrock asked me to get a book.
Oh, he did he? Well, I happen to know the book's in his quarters. So tell me its title. Let's see if you're telling the truth.
Metaphysical Transcendence.
We do have that book. All right, you can pass. But remember, only that book, nothing else.
I'm kind of surprised that you aren't either getting it yourself or making sure that I don't grab anything else. That's a lot of shit. Holy shit. Dust catcher. I don't trust he's not going to see me in his peripherals. Alright, well that was easy enough. No challenge whatsoever. Here's your damn book.
I've got the book you wanted.
Impressive. It's truly one of a kind. But of course, you don't know that. Master Horatio, may he rest in peace, wrote it himself. But I can see that you're not interested.
Horatio?
Just take this gold as payment. That ought to be enough for hired muscle like you.
Horatio? Who was Horatio again? Was he in a... Really? That's it. Was he in, the First Risen? One of the mages in the monastery? I can't really remember.
I want to learn how to use the crystal glove.
You? No. Only someone who serves the Guardians may receive this honor. Until you've been sworn in, you will be forbidden to use the crystal gloves.
What do you have to offer?
Have a look around.
Crystal needle? What does it replace? Must be a earring of some kind. We got some spells, some potions, and some etc. I don't have anything to sell you, do I? Oh, hey. I gotta keep that in mind. That's, got some lockpicking bonus. I've got a shit ton of crystals. I wonder if I actually need that many. Don't need 4 pickaxes, only need 3. I mean 1. That'll do.
What? Oh, are you new here? Could you assist me, soldier? Or, wait a moment, what was I saying?
Greetings, honorable mage.
Yes, lovely. What was I doing just now? Oh, yes. How can I help you, young man?
You seem a little confused.
Yes, that's true. I'm about to make a breakthrough in my small experiment, but I'm still missing something important.
King
I just
Sorrow?
keep getting carried away there. What did you say you want?
Where is your experiment?
The experiment is nowhere, just in my head. It's well, what?
No idea.
A thought experiment.
Right.
Yes, you see, I'm trying to determine the amount of energy that our monolith network needs for the reactor.
Reactor? What's that?
Oh, do you want to see the reactor? It's my greatest creation to date.
Really?
Follow me. I'll show you what we have achieved.
Okay. I'm glad they
This building
ditched the walking
and the one on
segment.
the far side of the canyon form a circular focal point. We call it a reactor or a magical ring. The flows of magical energy converge beneath the bridge between the two buildings. Once the reactor starts running, it disrupts the equilibrium of the elements. The Titans don't like that at all, and they will give Tyrannus a wide berth in order to avoid the flow of energy. Fascinating, isn't it?
Right. Sounds complicated.
The lightning monoliths erected on Tyrannus accumulate the island's magical energy. They stand in a most favorable constellation for the energy flux. All we have to do is divert it to the crystals in our reactor. Easy.
I
Easy
see.
peasy.
Impressive construction.
Indeed. However, we only managed to start up the reactor once, and that was only briefly. We quickly realized that we couldn't keep up the flow of energy for long. We simply need more magical power in order to keep the reactor operational. We need to reinforce the network with suitably large monolith stones.
What are you waiting for?
The monolith stones haven't reached their destination yet. I've been waiting for days to hear news that the stones have been installed.
You mean the stones need to be inserted into the lightning monoliths?
Oh, you have been paying attention. Yes, exactly.
About the monoliths. How many monolith stones do we need?
3 stones for 3 lightning monoliths. We've got 2 of them here on the island. Our old friend Difuego got one of them from us.
Why did he have it?
I brought Horus from Tacarigua along with me.
I was worried that he might never return. And the stone?
We have the monolith stone.
Wonderful. The stone will do its job as soon as it's inserted correctly into a monolith. That's wonderful news. I knew Difuego still had the stone. How is old Governor Difuego anyway?
He's dead.
Oh, that's, where were we?
What was a mage doing with someone like Governor Difuego?
We were once, how should I put it? Let's just say we were business partners. It was a long time ago, you must understand.
What happened?
Well, he supported our research. And in return, we supplied him all the crystals and minerals that we couldn't use from the mines around Caldera. It went well for quite some time, until the day that all the mages were banned from Caldera. We had just enough time to save our skins. In the end, we were able to save 2 monolith stones from the chaos. The third one remained on Caldera. I think the Inquisition soldiers gave it to Difuego.
That still doesn't explain why
About
the
the
mages were
monoliths.
banned.
A gnome named Kasim. But the little chap should have been back ages ago.
I think I can help you with the lightning monoliths.
Really? How?
It can't be that hard to stick some stones in some monoliths.
That's true in theory. But the problem is, even if we have all the stones,
What then?
the monoliths are very far away and they're surrounded by wild animals. Make sure you're well equipped if you head out there.
Thanks for the advice. You trusted a gnome with something as important as that?
Why not? They work alongside with us.
All right, once again for the deaf. Have you placed several shiny stones into the hands of a gnome?
Yes?
And now you expect him to willingly deliver them?
Yes.
I think you should leave matters to someone else.
But how? How are we supposed to find Kasim again?
About the monoliths. I found Kasim's monolith stones.
Ha! That means he really did hide them somewhere. Well, good that they're back now. They just have to be placed in the lightning monoliths. We must hurry, young man.
Who is the most powerful mage among you?
The Honorable Mage, Zacharias.
Right. And where is he?
He is with his research subject behind the reactor, on the other side of the Great Canyon in the northeast.
How do I get to meet Zacharias?
He's deeply engrossed in his research. He's most interested in the reactor. He needs its magical energy for his research project. As long as the reactor isn't working again, I fear that he's not going to see anyone.
I see.
Fair enough, so we're just gonna have to get those rolling again. Let's see. Where would they be? There's one there, one down there, and one very close to the port. Did I never activate a teleporter stone near the port? I'm sure there is one. Oh well, you have to take the... You have to walk it. Who are you? Faruko.
Well, well. A new face here on Taranis. Reason for your stay on Taranis?
I'm searching for answers.
Aren't we all? But we don't prevent anyone from working. When I'm in search of answers, I study the old scriptures. That takes up a lot of time, not to mention sleep. But let's get on with the procedure. I will document and archive your arrival. Every bit of information could be important.
Well, if you say so. Aren't you worried that someone might steal the books?
No. There aren't many among the drunkards who can read. So our parchment won't be of interest to them. Losing the crystals would be the worst thing that could happen to us mages. But we've taken precautions.
How are you going to stop thieves?
The simplest means are also the most effective. Take me, for example. My valuables are always stored in my own chest. And because every single thief will search my body for the key, I have given it to the gnome Zakia. You see, it's a system that's completely safe.
Until you tell me.
Can you teach me things?
If you give me the necessary small contribution, that should be no problem. I can't teach you any spells, of course, unless you're one of us.
Why do you need all this information?
There has to be an institution of some sort in this time and age that consolidates the knowledge of all mankind. If we lose that knowledge, we lose all chance of a future. Just thinking of how much knowledge was lost during the conflict with the Inquisition makes me shudder.
Can you tell me something about the shadows?
Let me think. It's not the first time that their kind walks this earth. Something is driving them on, but I can't say what it is. All I know for sure is that if they're not stopped, the existence of mankind hangs in the balance. But thanks to our reactor, we're equipped for the challenge.
Horace, the Guardian, was supposed to contact you.
Right, I see. Go on.
He's been held up.
Is that so? Well, let's waste no more time on Horace's silly tricks and get down to action.
Cut the crap. Just give me your assignment.
Yes, it's urgent. Master Erasmus's work on the reactor is exemplary. But if we had some more rock crystals, we'd vastly improve its efficiency. Some Guardians have been sent out to the other islands in the southern seas to search for them. Unfortunately, only a small amount of them have reached me so far. We definitely need the spoils of the other Guardians. Horace should look for them and bring me their spoils. That should be all of them. Horace should know exactly what to do.
Okay, we'll have a word with him.
How were the shadows defeated back then?
Your perspicacity astonishes me. This question is indeed worth considering. I don't think that people back then could have created anything like our reactor. Maybe the demon hunters or the natives will be able to provide the answer. But I wouldn't expect any sensible answers from their hocus pocus.
Teach me something.
Let me see what you can already do.
You can teach me how to craft spells. So that's how you take permanent items and turn them into single-use items. If you're not at the stage where you can use the permanent ones. So where did I leave Horace?
Teach me. What would... I'm not good enough yet.
I need 50 melee, 50 dexterity. I'm not anywhere close to either of those. Alright, well, we'll worry about Horace later. Let's head back to the ship. Maybe he'll pop up there. As I thought.
Faruko needs more crystals. He says you know about some guardians who are looking for crystals on other islands.
Yeah, right. You should find them and ask about their spoils.
Where can we find guardians looking for crystals?
Well, which islands can we reach by ship?
Takarigua, of course.
I searched as much of Takarigua as I could, but I couldn't find any crystal.
The Pirate's Den of Antigua.
Ramon's there. He actually should have been back a while ago. I hope the pirates didn't kill him.
Oh, we already found him.
The Iron Bay of Calidor.
That's where you'll find Cisco. He doesn't stop short of anything. It wouldn't surprise me if he robbed even a few graves on Calidor.
The tropical island of Keela.
Keela? Right. Leonard is there. He was babbling on about spider dens and a dense jungle. I wonder if he found anything.
Has anyone searched Tyrannus?
Of course. But who knows whether we found everything Tyrannus has to offer. That stuff's hard to find. We don't know where to look, so it's like trying to find a needle in a haystack.
How many islands do we have to comb?
I think we'll need to be patient with this. I'll let you know when we've found enough.
Alright, fair enough. Just gonna have to deal with it then.
What do you think of this place?
The mages are conducting a grand experiment, but who knows if it'll ever come to fruition. Once they were the king's spiritual advisors. Even they couldn't save him. Now that he's dead, good advice is rarer than rubies.
So, official confirmation that there was a king. Even though they sometimes call it the Old Empire. Other times, why the hell is it getting so dark? Other times they call it the Old Kingdom. I guess they just use those words interchangeably, even though there's I don't know. A king never runs an empire, he runs a kingdom. An emperor runs an empire, and you know how it goes. But definitions aren't really a big deal. So, mages were the advisors of the king. No big surprise there. But it all still begs the question, why were the mages banned by the Inquisition? I'm assuming then that the mages and the Inquisition were just two factions that both served the king. The Inquisition were probably the sort of like special forces of sorts, and then the mages were, you know, magical support and just all around advisors. So maybe after the king died, maybe the Inquisition blamed them for the king's death, or maybe after the king died, just some deep-rooted tensions between the two factions just boiled over, and it's the Inquisition who won.
Here. Soul dust for humanity. Here.
Alright, so I got a little bit more. I'm now temperate, whatever that means.
What do you think of this part of the world?
The mages are powerful and have built a substantial base here. And they are pursuing the wrong objectives. They haven't really understood the dangers and will perish like all the others.
Poignant. That almost seems like a, sort of a reference to the water mages in the new camp of the first Gothic. Just the idea that the mages seem to think that they have a better grasp. I'm gonna actually turn up the some of the distance here. Wow, that's lower than I thought I had it. Just like the idea the mages think they have a better grasp of what they're doing than they really do. Marbrook's notes. Well, who's Marbrook?
Homie want to know what Gotti found.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Big cave with many shiny stones near. Gotti no dare explore the cave before. Nasty monsters everywhere on island.
Where is the cave?
Easy to find. Homie head south of here until beach. Then head westward. You will find cave there. Don't confuse with small cave on island.
I'll take a look around the cave.
Would you? Thanks, homie.
No problem. Still gotta find out who's stealing from this place, though. What is with all these? How did I not find these before? Guess I wasn't looking very deeply, but... unless they just popped up here for some reason. I'm guessing the rest are strewn about the harbor. We'll worry about it another time. Ah, here's a teleporter platform. Simple enough. If I had only looked a little bit more westward.
Alright.
Oi! You! Should get my pistol back on my quick bar. I'm running out of knives. Boop. 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 Woohoo! That was cool. So guns are no doubt still very powerful in this game, even if you don't know how to use them really. I'm not too keen on those animations though. Doesn't seem like the proper way to use a gun in melee. That would be a monolith. Wow, so dramatic. I'm sure there are beasties abound. Quite a few scavengers. No! No! Whoop! Not today, you little bugger. Eat it. Think you can dodge this? Can't dodge this. This guy has no idea what his friends just endured. Boop. Good night. What is this now? Oh, how about that? Alright, let's plug this shit into this shit. How do I plug this shit into this shit? Ah.
Good. That should be it.
You know, I really do love that piece of the soundtrack, but they're not really using it right. In all honesty, that track is probably the only reason why I thought Steelbeard's death scene in the last game was actually pretty emotional. It's because the music was emotional. Not today, you little bastard. Yeah, eat it. Wow. I think we both missed. Bang. Just wanted to see if there's anything else around here. It doesn't really look like it. See, if this were Gothic 2, there'd be a leather satchel tucked in there. That's what I'm still looking for. Let's take a view. I think there's a bunch of dragon snappers, possibly even a leviathan or two way over there. But since we're in this area, I think I'll look for... what was his name? Gotti? I think I'll look for the cave he was talking about. God, you little buggers are everywhere. How do you like that? I love the impact of the guns, though. They just send these things rocketing. Fucking sand devils. My least favorite things. I mean, it definitely seems to me like there are probably some people who just don't get the timing of the combos, because they're always complaining that they can never hit anything between the attacks, and they're blaming the animations for it. But in reality, like I said, if you're just constantly mashing the button, you're gonna take so much longer. And that's the point. Like, that's how they deliberately designed it. It's not a flaw. It's not a stupid idea. They're just trying to get you to, you know, be a little more patient about it, instead of just spamming, which is, you know, exactly the problem that people had with their previous game. It's just that you could spam everything. There wasn't really a whole lot of need to be delicate about it. That's a trap there. Okay, I walked right into it. Oh, there's a gnome. He's reaching for the banana. Poor Naomi. I hardly knew ye. What is sleeping in here? Goblins? Oh jeez, I should have been more careful. How do you like that? These guys hit pretty hard, though.